ॐ शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सा बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिमशेषजन्तोः स्वस्तैः स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभां ददासि दारिद्र्यदुःखभयहारिणि का त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् भीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानां न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताः ह्याश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वा बाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरि एवमेव त्वया कार्यमस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् ॐ Okay, so let's do a thing. We'll do a review of Argala Stotram, I think from 5, and then a little bit of Keelakam also. So let me just see. Is Ramya going to be coming today?
No, unavailable.
Okay, all right. Parvati, can you do the Argala Stotram? I think from 5 to 19. And then maybe Matangi, can you do the rest? Argala Stotram and then the first 8 of Keelakam, or first 5 of Keelakam, whatever we do.
Okay.
ஆரம்பத்துல பண்ணணுமா எப்படி பண்ண சொல்றேன்? ஆரம்பத்துல பண்ண சொல்றேன்.
I think Parvati is doing from 5 to 19 of Argala Stotram. Okay.
Okay. No problem.
1 second, Rajesh. 1 second.
Yeah. Or if you want, Matangi can go first.
Paru, is that okay?
Yeah. Matangi, நீங்க ப்ளீஸ். நான் சாரி லேட்டா ஜாயின் பண்ணனும். இப்பதான் நான் இத எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கேன். நீங்க போங்க. Go ahead.
Matangi 5 to 19 you do, okay?
Okay. கேக்குறதுல சாரி மியூட் பண்றேன். ரக்த பீஜ வதே தேவி சாமுண்ட விநாசினி ரூபம் தேகி ஜெயம் தேகி யசோ தேகி த்விஷோ ஜெகி.
Sorry, on the first line, Chanda Munda Vinashini.
Okay. Chanda Munda Vinashini, sorry. Shumbasyaiva nishumbasya drumrakshasya chamardini rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi vanditangri yuge devi sarva saubhagyadayini rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi achintya rupa sarite sarva satru vinasini रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि नतेभ्य सर्वदे भक्त्या चंडिके दुरितापहे रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि स्तुवद्भ्यो भक्ति पूर्वम त्वाम चंडिके व्याधिनाशिनी रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि चंडिके सततं ये त्वाम अर्चयन्ति भक्तितः रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि देहि सौभाग्य आरोग्यम देहि मे परमं सुखम रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि विदेहि द्विषितां नाशम विदेहि बलम उच्चकैहि தானே रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि दिशो देहि विदेहि देवी कल्याणम विदेहि परमां श्रियम रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि सुरासुर शिरोरत्न निकृष्ट शरणेम्बिके रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि विद्यावन्तं यशस्वन्तं लक्ष्मीवन्तं जनं गुरु रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि प्रचंड दैत्य दर दर तर्पग्ने चंडिके प्रणदाय मे रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि चतुर्भुजे चतुर्वक्त्र संस्तुते परमेश्वरी रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि कृष्णेन संस्तुते देवी शश्वत भक्त्या सदांबिके रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि.
Yeah, you can stop there.
I don't know if you
Can I ask a question, Rajesh ji, here?
Yeah.
Is it Shashwat Bhaktya or Shashwat Bhaktya?
Shashwat Bhaktya.
Okay.
Rajesh ji, na 19 to
No, from 20 you do the rest,
oh,
and
sorry.
then the first 5 stanzas of, or I think 8 stanzas of Keelakam.
Okay. Himachala स्तुतानाथ संस्थिते परमेश्वरी रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि इंद्राणी पति सद्भाव पूजिते परमेश्वरी रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि देवी प्रचंड दोर्दंड दैत्य दर्भविनाशिनी रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि.
Parvati, that first line, the Devi is a short E, okay? And you said
Okay.
Devi long. Adhe mari in the Dehi in the last second line also you are stretching it a little bit, okay? So
Okay, so
yeah.
short.
Yeah.
I think
23.
Oh, 23, yeah. Devi Bhakta Janodhama Tatha Nando Dayambike Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dusho Jahi.
The Dattanando Dayembike. You said yo, ye. Dattanando Dayembike.
Tattanando Dayembike Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dusho Jahi. Padni Manoramam Dehi Manovritanu Sarinim Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi
No, that is Tarinim.
Dastarinim Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi.
Well, that doesn't have that, Parvati. It should be Tarinim Durga Samsara Sagarasya Kulodbhavam.
Tarinim Durga Samsara Sagarasya Kulodbhavam Idam Stotram Paditvadhu Mahastotram Pate Naraha Satu Saptashati Shankya Varamapnopti Sampadam. Om. Should I also continue the
Continue, yeah, up to the where we stopped, 8. Yeah.
Om Asya Shri Keelakam Mantrasya Shiva Rishihi Anushtup Chandaha Shri Mahasaraswati Devata Shri Jagadamba Pityartam Saptashri Patangatvena Jape Viniyogaha.
That last line, Jagadamba, not Jagadamba. Okay. Jagadamba.
Okay. Jagadamba. Jagadamba Prityartam Saptashatihi Patangattvena Jape Viniyogaha. Om Namah Shandikaye Markandeya Uvacha Visuddha Jnana Dehaya Triveti Divya Chakshushe Shreya Prapti Nimittaya Namaha Somartadarine
Namas Somha, the is sound comes.
Namas Somartadarine Sarvameta Dvijaniyan Mantranam Mapikilakam Soshabi Shema Mavapnoti Satatam जाप्य तत्परः सिद्ध्यान्त उच्चाटनादीनि वस्तूनि सकलान्यपि येदेन स्तुवतां देवी स्तोत्रं मात्रेण सिद्ध्युति न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वमुच्चाडनादिकं समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकसङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वमेवमितं शुभम् स्तोत्रं वै चण्डिकायस्तु तच्च गुप्तं सकारसः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य तां यतावन्नियन्त्रणां शोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सर्वमेवं न संशयः कृष्णायां वा चतुर्थस्याम् अष्टम्यां वा समाहितः ददाति गृह्णादि नान्यतैषा प्रसीदति इतं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम्.
The second line, first word,
इत्थं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम्.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll continue from 9. Let's see. Swami, yeah. Swami, if you're there, you can be a student, and Priya, you can be a student first.
Sure, Rajesh.
So stanza 9. Yo nishkilam vidhayainam nityam japati samsphutam sa siddhaha, put is to join, sa ganaha, put is to join, sopi gandharvo jayate naraha. So like we spoke last time about this Keelakam, where we said Mahadeva Shiva has pinned the supreme form of Devi in each of the stanzas of Devi Mahatmyam, so that the powers of it cannot be misused for bad purposes. But however, it says here in 9 that the person who is supposed to chant for the right purpose, the right way of chanting is to unpin it. And what he really means by that is you imagine that conscious form of Devi in your mind, and then recite the Devi Mahatmyam with the Devi resting in your heart. So imagine that form of Devi in the full conscious form, imagine her resting in you, and then you chant the Devi Mahatmyam. That is called unpinning it, because that way you are not just saying it, you are imagining the form and then saying it as well. And of course, the one who does it, Siddhaha, he'll be spiritually accomplished. So Ganaha, become an attendant or a servant of Devi, and Gandharvo Jayate Naraha, become like the Gandharva or the demigods, right? He'll attain that status. Yo nishkilam vidhayenam nityam japati samsphutam sasiddhas saganas sopi Gandharvo Jayate Naraha.
Yo nishkilam vidayainam nityam japati samsphutam sasiddhassa ganassopi gandharvo jayate naraha. Yo nishkilam vidayainam nityam japati samsphutam sasiddhassa ganassopi gandharvo jayate naraha.
यो निष्कीलं विधानैनं नित्यं जपति समस्पुतं स सिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्व जयते नरः. जायते नरः. यो निष्कीलं विद्यानैनं नित्यं जपति समस्पुतं स सिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्व जायते नरः.
On the first line, Nishkilam Vidhayainam Samsputa. 3 words there. Nishkilam
Yo Nishkilam Vidya
Vidhayainam.
Vidyane
No, you're
Vidya
saying ya sound. It is da. Vidhayainam.
Oh Vidainam.
Okay,
Yo
one more. Yeah, good.
Nishkilam Vidainam Nityam Japati Samasputam
Samsputam. It's not a
Samasputam
not sama. You're saying samasputam. It's samsputam.
Samsputam
Yeah.
Sasiddha Ganas Soapi Gandharva Jayate Naraha.
Na chaivapya tatastasya. You cannot break it. Chaivapya tatastasya. Bhayam kwapiha jayate. Napa mrityu vasham yati. Mrito moksham avapnuyat. You can break at that ma. Moksham avapnuyat. She says, of course, some of the benefits of this, you'll not a lot of people, you get handicapped because of major diseases which come earlier in life. So he says you will not get handicapped because of diseases coming earlier in lives. And then bhayam kwapi na jhayate. So wherever you go, you will not have any fear or unnecessary anxiety. And na apamrityu. Apamrityu, like we discussed earlier, also victim of a sudden premature death. None of that would happen. And then after death, moksham avapnuyat. You will get liberated. न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं ह्याति मृतो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्.
न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षम् अवाप्नुयात्. न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्.
न चाप्य ततस्तस्य भयं क्वापि हि जायते नाप मृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षम् अवाप्नुयात्. न चाप्य ततस्तस्य न चैवाप्य ततस्तस्य भयं क्वापि हि जायते क्वापीह जायते नापे मृत्यु वसं याति मृत्यो मोक्षम् अवाप्नुयात्.
ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति short e ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् idam prarabhyate budhaihi. She says only you cannot directly jump to chanting Devi Mahatmyam. That's why anytime even we do the Devi Mahatmyam chanting, you always do the Kavacham first, Argalam, Keelakam, in that sequence. You can't directly just jump to it. So, you have to, he says, whoever is doing Devi Mahatmyam has to go in this sequence, and only otherwise the full benefit of Devi Mahatmyam will not be obtained. So you have to understand this, and the person who does it will get the full benefit of it. ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः.
ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः. ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः.
ज्ञानत्यप्राप्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारब्ध बुधैः.
The first word ज्ञात्वा.
ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारब्धे बुधैः प्रारब्ध्यते बुधैः
सौभाग्यादि च यत् किंचित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत् सर्वं तत् प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम. So I kind of see, if I don't know if you remembered, in Argala Stotram there was one statement which says Patni Manoramam Devi Manovrittanusarini. They said, that says you give me a wife who's aligned with my thoughts, right? So I said, don't worry, in Keelakam you'll have something for the women. So here it says, for the Saubhagyam, the prosperity, the good fortune, the beauty and the charm, which you see in all the women, it's all possible. That sarvam tat prasadena. He says all of that is possible only because of the blessings of Devi. So it says specifically, it says for women who want to have that, the beauty, the charm, and the good man, good behavior and everything, has to be always praying to Devi, because that tena japyam idam shubham. So praying to you is going to give you the right prosperity and all the right things, specifically for women. सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्.
सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्. सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्.
सौभाग्यादि च यच्चिन् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्. सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्.
शनैस्तु जप्यमानेस्मिन्, जप्यमाने अस्मिन्, it will come together, जप्यमानेस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिर् उच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः पुट F ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्. The other thing also is the Devi Mahatmyam, which is should not be chanted in with haste. You should always be shanis japyamanis. You chant this thing in a very shanai means slowly. You chant it in a slow, gentle manner, because then you get the highest of the benefits, because that is where you're able to imagine the Devi, visualize it, and then say it in a very calm way. शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्.
शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्. शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्.
शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिर् उच्चकैः भवत्ये समग्रापि ततः प्रारब्धमेव तत्.
And the first line, last word, sampattir, it and ta, sampattir uchchakaihi.
शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिर् उच्चकैः भव्यतेव समग्रापि तथा प्रारब्धमेव तत्.
ऐश्वर्यं यत् prasadena saubhagyarogya sampadah. Remember the word saubhagya arogya sampadah. Saubhagyarogya sampadah. Shatruhanihi, put a F. Paro mokshaha, put a is, mokshas. Stuyate sannakim janehi. He says, just summarizes it by saying, because of whose grace one gets Aishwaryam, and because of whose presence one gets saubhagyam, which is good fortune, health, right, arogyam, and sampadaha, and every sampadi, which is wealth, and everything is manifested, and shatru hani, all the enemies get destroyed. Why shouldn't this Devi be praised, right? Because at the end of the day, all of this is a praise of Devi, and we'll see a lot of stutis which will come in 4th chapter, 5th chapter, 11th chapter, all stutis which will come. So he says, why not to praise this Devi, because of whom you're able to get all these benefits. ऐश्वर्यं यत्प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्यसम्पदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
ऐश्वर्यं यत्प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्यसम्पदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः. ऐश्वर्यं यत्प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्यसम्पदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
Mute.
Sorry. ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यम् आरोग्य सम्पदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षः स्तूयते सनं किं
सा न किं जनैः.
सनं किं न चैजन्.
सा न किं जनैः.
सा न किं जनैः. ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यम् आरोग्य सम्पदाः.
Yeah, saubhagyam, im sound is not there. Saubhagyarogya sampadah.
सौभाग्य आरोग्य सम्पदाः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षः स्तूयते सन किं ज्ञानहि.
No. Sa, a sound has to be. Sa na kim janaihi.
Oh, sa na kim janaihi. शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षः स्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
Okay, we'll go to Ratri Suktham. So this Ratri Suktham is also going to come, the entire Ratri Suktham is going to come again in the first chapter when we go, because the first chapter is getting rid of Madhu and Kaitaba. So to get rid of Madhu and Kaitaba, Brahma will come and do a stuti to Devi saying this, and I'll tell a little bit more of the meaning, because the pre-things will come in the first chapter where he'll wake up Vishnu from Yoga Nidra. So at that time, then the Madhu and Kaitaba are going to be killed. So for that, he has to do stuti to Devi first. So that is this Ratri Suktam, which will also come in the first chapter. The entire thing will come in the first chapter. Now, the meaning of Ratri Suktam, the word, anything which is Suktam is well said, because you have a lot of Suktam, right? Purusha Suktam, Sri Suktam, Durga Suktam, all the Suktams are there. That just means something which is well said. Ratri, literally, if you translate it, means night, right? But this doesn't mean night well said, right? Night here, Ratri, night means darkness. So darkness equals ignorance. So the Suktam is here to get rid of the ignorance. It's a prayer to Devi to get rid of the ignorance and to get rid of the darkness in our lives, which is what Brahma was having a problem with, because of all the challenges he was going to be facing with Madhu and Kaitaba in the first chapter. So he says to get rid of all these challenges because his knowledge will be lost. So he's to get rid of the ignorance, he comes and prays to Devi. So that is the Ratri Suktam. So Vishweshwarim Jagadhatrim Sthiti Samhara Karinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnor, you can break at that ra, Vishnor Atulam Tejasaf, put a F to join, Tejasaf Prabhu. This pretty much, this entire thing is just a stuti, which means it's just a praise of Devi, right? So it again starts by saying, so the Devi who is Vishweshwari means the one who is the goddess of the entire universe, who supports Jagat Dhatri, means the one who supports the Jagat, which is the world. And then, Sthiti, who's responsible for the continuation, Sthiti, as well as Samhara, also for the destruction of the creation, who's the energy behind the creation and all of that, and one who is the Yoga Nidra of Vishnu. So which is the spiritual energy of Vishnu. So when Vishnu is in the state of yogic bliss, right? The energy which comes out of Vishnu, which then begins the creation, is the Yoga Nidra, which is what we'll see in the first chapter anyway. So that's that particular Devi Brahma is going to do the stuti. So Vishweshwarim Jagadhatrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnur Atulam Tejasah Prabhu.
Atulam adu.
And the Vishnu Ratulam is there, right? It's easy to break that. The Ra, you break it into Ir and A. So Vishnur Atulam Tejasah Prabhu.
Rajesh, adu Vishnoho Atulam varada adu.
Vishnoho Atulanna, but on the Oho, the Visarga becomes a Ra, Ir.
Okay.
So it's because the A is coming, right? So it becomes the Ir when you join it.
Okay.
So if you have Vishnoho, then you just change it to, when you're saying it together, it becomes the Ir. That's it.
So, Rajesh, I have a question. So, Brahma is doing this stuti to Devi.
From the next stanza, it will say Brahmo Vacha, right? So, Brahma is doing the stuti to Devi.
So, it's before the Padam of Madhukaira Bhava.
Yeah, that I'll tell you that story in the first chapter.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, when the chapter, they'll give you the preceding, what is happening before this, and then Brahma does the stuti. But in the Ratri Suktham, it just directly takes that portion out and just puts it as a separate Suktam.
Oh, thank you.
Vishweshwarim Jagaddatrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnur Atulam Tejasah Prabhu.
Maybe one time is enough for the next 5 minutes.
Vishweshwarin Jagati Datrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnur Atulam Tejasah Prabhu.
Brahmo Vacha Tvam Swaha Tvam Swadha Tvam Hi Vashatkaraha, put is Vashatkaras Swaratmika Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthitha. She says you are Swaha. Swaha means that when you're offering something to the gods, to the fire, you say Swaha, right? Because that is the wife of Agni, so Swaha. So you are the Swaha. You are the Swadha, which means the one which is actually offered to the Pitrus. So the offering which is done to the Pitrus. Vashatkara, if you attend Chandi Homam, sometimes Annal they say Vaushat, they'll say when they are doing the final, at the end of that one full chapter Ahuti is done, they'll say Vaushat. That is to say the final, like not the Purnahuti which happens at the end, but the one which happens at the end of every chapter. So you are that Vashatkara. And then you are you are the swaras, you are the also the soul behind the swaras. Then you are Sudha, which is nectar. So kind of saying, you are all of these. You're pretty much everything which is part of that. Also, Tridha Matra Atmika Sthita. So the Tridha is referring to the AUM, right? Om. So you are also the real essence behind the word Om. Brahmo Vacha. Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swada, Tvam Hi Vashatkara Swaratmika, Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthita.
Brahmovacha Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swada, Tvam Hi Vashatkara Swaratmika, Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthita.
Brahmovacha Tvam Swaha Tvam Swada Tvam Hi Vasaskaras Sarvatmika Swaratmika Sudha Tvamakshare Nitye Trida Matratmika Sthita.
Ardha Matra Sthita Nitya Yanucharya Visheshatah Tvameva Sandhya Savitri Tvam Devi short E Janani Para. So he says, the Omkara, the Bindu Matra in Sanskrit, you put that Om, that Bindu which is there, right? So he says you are that, which cannot be individually pronounced. So which means you cannot be individually defined, right? So that's what he says you are. And you are also the Sandhya, which means the transition before the calmness of the night. That Sandhya is also you. You are also the Savitri, which is also the brightness during the day. Because you are Tvam Devi Janani Para, because you are the mother of the entire world. Ardhamatra Sthita Nitya Yanucharya Visheshatah त्वमेव सन्ध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा
अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्या विशेषतः त्वमेव सन्ध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा
अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्या विशेषतः त्वमेव सन्ध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा.
All right, we'll just switch halfway. Jyoti, you can be student, and Jayashree, you can be student. त्वयेतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयेतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयेतत् पाल्यते देवी short e त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा. Kind of saying you are srijyate jagat, the one who srishtis, one who creates the world is from your power. And then what do you call it? The dharyate, we one who bears it, and then palyate is one who sustains the thing. And then finally, the creation, when everything ends, is also because of you. And we'll say in the next one how you are the energy behind Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. It will come in one of the stanzas. So, त्वहेतद् धार्यते विश्वं त्वहेतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयेतत् पाल्यते देवि त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा.
त्वयैतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवी त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा.
Devi is a short e in the second line.
Okay. It's one time, right?
Two times, go ahead.
Two?
Yeah, 2 times, yeah.
Okay. त्वयैतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवि त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा.
त्वयैतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवि त्वमस्यन्ते च सर्वदा. त्वयैतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवि त्वमस्यन्ते च सर्वदा.
विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृति रूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये. Because at the time of creation, when you are srijyate jagat, you are called as a srishti rupa, because you are in that form, you're called as srishti rupa. Then in time of sustaining, you're called as sthiti rupa. And finally, at the time of destruction, you are samhriti rupa. So you who gets into various forms during the various phases of creation, sustenance, and destruction. So at the end of the day, it's all you just take various forms. विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये.
विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तदा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये. विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये.
विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तदा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये. विशिष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तदा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये.
महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी. Maha means great, Vidya is knowledge, Maya is the Maya, Medha is the intelligence, Medas. Then Smritihi is kind of like the Smriti itself generally means one which is memorized or which is uttered. So kind of the universal memory, you can think of it that way. Maha Moha is that one which the Mohi Karta, which means the one which actually confuses the mind, where the true knowledge which actually confuses the mind. And you are the Mahadevi as well. Mahasuri is the goddess. Suri, your Sura is God, Suri is goddess. You are the greatest of the goddess. Mahavidya Mahamaya Mahamedha Mahasmritihi महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी
महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी
महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी
प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रय विभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च so ish and cha moharatrischa daruna. So you are the gunatraya, you are the three gunas which are essential for all the material world to exist. It says you are that also. You are kalaratri, which is before, the kalaratri is the great night behind the creation and everything. Maharatri and then moharatri. So essentially it's a night, it says, which is really at the end of the day, like we say, night or darkness means the ignorance which exists behind all of these things. You are that, you are responsible for that because of your maya. प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रय विभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा
प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा
प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा
त्वं श्रीस् त्वं ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस् त्वं बुद्धिर् बोध लक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस् तथा तुष्टिस् त्वं शान्तिः. So that visarga you have to say शान्तिः kshantireva cha. So that ksha which is coming is the KSHA, okay? First is shanti, then the kshantireva cha. So again it says you are Shri, which is the goddess of prosperity. Then you are Hri, which is another bija mantra which is there, just more detailed meaning which I don't know. But you are also the Hri, the bija mantra which is there. But important one it says is you are the feminine energy which is there behind pushti, tushti, shanti. So like, modesty, nourishment, tushti, as well as, contentment, and then shanti, which is peace, and then kshanti, which is the bear of, power of, forbearance or forgiveness, all of that. You are the feminine energy behind all of these qualities which exist. Otherwise, these qualities may not exist. त्वं श्रीस्त्वं ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च.
त्वं श्रीस्त्वं ईश्वरी. Can you please repeat, Rajesh?
त्वं श्रीस्त्वं ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा
त्वं श्री त्वं ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तदा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिरेव च. त्वं श्री
शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च.
Okay. त्वं श्री त्वं ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च.
त्वं श्रीस्त्वमीश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तदा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव च.
And the last word shantihi kshantireva cha. K sound.
Okay.
So the shanti and shanti, that is the difference. The K sound is the difference.
Shantireva cha.
Yeah.
And tvam srihi tvam naladakamo and S vandirukku.
Yeah, because all of that is tvam shrihi, tvam ishwari, tvam hrihi, tvam buddhihi, tvam bodha lakshana, lajja pushtihi, tata tushtihi, So each of that, right? The visarga, because each of that is a particular noun or a characteristic. So that's where the is coming to join that.
Okay.
Tvam Sri, Tvamishwari, Tvam Hrish, Tvam Buddhir Bodhalakshana, Lajja Pushtistada Tushtis, Tvam Shantiki Kshantirevacha.
Khadgini, Shulini, Ghora, Gadini, Chakrini, Tatha. I'll stretch it so that you know that has to be stretched, okay? Khadgini, Chapini, Bana, Bushundi, Parigayudha. So this is one of the Dhyana slogam which is going to come later during Nyasam. So this is kind of the 8-handed Devi. So you have to imagine the 8-handed Devi who then has the 8 weapons in her hand. So Khadgam is referring to a sword, then Shulam is a trident. Then, Ghoram, it's just a form of the goddess, which is very Ghoram. And then, then Gada is the mace. Then Chakra is the discus. Then Shankar is the conch, which he carries. Chapa is a bow, which is there. Bana is an arrow. Bushundi is a type of weapon, and Parighai also is a type of club or something that is there. So when you kind of take a picture of the Devi with the 8 hands, each of them having one, that is this Dhyana Slokam of imagining the Devi in that form, which will also come later. So Khadgini, Shulini, Ghora, Gadini, Chakrini, Tata, Shankini, Chapini, Bana, Bushundi, Parikayudha.
Khadgini, Shulini, Ghora, Gadini, Chakrini, Tatha, Shankini, Chapini, Bada, Bushundi, Parikayudha.
And the Bhu is a short Bhu, Bushundi.
Okay. Kushundi, Parikayudha. Khadgini, Shulini, Ghora, Gadini, Chakrini, Tatha, Shankini, Chapini, Bada, Bushundi, Parikayudha.
Khadgini, Shulini, Kora, Gadini, Chakrini, Dada, Shangini, Shabini, Pan, Pushindi, Parikayuda. Khadgini, Shulini, Kora, Gadini, Chakrini, Dada, Shangini, Shabini, Pan, Pushindi, Parikayuda.
So I don't know if you remember, but when we were doing the 39th Dashakam in Narayaniyam, when Kamsa takes that girl baby and then he tries to smash it on the stone, so she suddenly goes up in the sky and then she takes the form of 8-handed Devi. And at that point, I chanted this stanza. If you remember, then I said, those people who know Devi Mahatmyam, that is the stanza, because this is the form of the Devi with 8 hands. That is the form that Kamsa saw, right, when he tried to kill that 8th-born. Saumya.
I was just about to ask if that was there.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Because on the Narayana, it just says the Devi's form came, with that which you saw, but that's the 8-handed form you showed, but this is the actual description of that thing. Saumya Tarashesha Saumyebhyas Tvati Sundari Paraparanam, because Paraparanam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari. She says, although you have all these Ghoram form, which was said earlier, you are very Saumya, you are very cool like the moon. Not only are you cool like the moon, you're also like pretty like the moon, right? Beautiful like the moon and charming and very bright like the moon, right? Although you may have a Ghoram form. And then you are para aparana. So your para is like the knowledge, which is the divine knowledge. You're beyond the divine knowledge. You're also beyond apara. You're also beyond the knowledge of the common human, because you are the Parameshwari. You are the supreme goddess. So there's no doubt about it. Saumya Saumyata Rashesha Saumye Bhyastvati Sundari Paraparanam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari.
Saumya Saumyatara Shesha Saumebhyastvadi Sundari Paraparanam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari. Saumya Saumyatara Shesha Saumebhyastvadi Sundari Paraparanam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari.
Saumya Saumyadara Sesha Saumyebhyastvadi Sundari Paraparanam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari. Saumya Saumyadara Sesha Saumyebhyastvadi Sundari Paraparanam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari.
Yacha Kinchit Kwachit Vastu sadasat vakhilatmike tasya sarvasya ya shaktihi. Put is shaktis sa tvam kim stuyase tada. She says whatever kvachit vastu, what any vastu that is there, whether it is like kinchit, however insignificant, which is present anywhere in this world, which is sat, which is always lasting, or asat, which is actually transient or temporary in lasting. He says at the end of it, it's all energy, and the energy behind all of that is you as Shakti. So, when you are there behind every single object, custom stotu miheshwara, what is there, who will not praise you, right? Obviously, everybody has to praise you because you're the energy behind all of things, even if it is insignificant. यच्च किंचित् क्वचित् वस्तु सदसत्माखिलात्मिके तस्य सर्वस्य या शक्तिः सा त्वं किं स्तूयसे तथा.
यच्च किञ्चित् क्वचित् वस्तु सदसत्त्वाखिलात्मिके तस्य सर्वस्य या शक्तिः सा त्वं किं स्तूयसे तदा. यच्च किञ्चित् क्वचित् वस्तु सदसत्त्वाखिलात्मिके तस्य सर्वस्य या शक्तिः सा त्वं किं स्तूयसे तदा.
यच्च किंचित् क्वचित् वस्तु सदसत्त्वाखिलात्मिके तस्य सर्वस्य या शक्तिः सा त्वं किं स्तूयसे तदा. यच्च किंचित् क्वचित् वस्तु सदसत्त्वाखिलात्मिके तस्य सर्वस्य या शक्तिः सा त्वं किं स्तूयसे तदा.
यया त्वया जगत् स्रष्टा जगत् पात्यति यो जगत् सोपि निद्रावशं नीतः. Put a ich sound, नीतः kastvam stotum iheshwarah. He says, Brahma is saying that the person who is the creator of the world, who is the ultimate God, which is Mahavishnu, he says even Mahavishnu, because that's why he's saying this, because he wants Mahavishnu to wake up from the yoga nidra. So he says even that Mahavishnu, when he's not doing anything, for him to start doing something, you are the energy behind it. So when you are the energy behind that Ishvara, then why will we not praise you, right? That's what he's kind of saying. So yaya tvaya jagat srashta jagat. Did I already say that? Jagat, yeah. Yaya tvaya jagat srashta jagat patyati yo jagate sopi nidravasham nitah kastvam stotu miheshwarah.
यया त्वया जगत् सृष्टा जगत् पात्यति यो जगत् सोऽपि निद्रावशं नीतः कस्त्वां स्तोतुमिहेश्वरः. यया त्वया
one time mention of Jyoti, but on the first line when the jagat patyati, it and the ti.
जगत् पात्यति यो जगत्.
Yeah, just one time.
Okay. It is tava patyava patyava.
Jagat patyati.
Okay. Patyati. Okay. Yaya tvaya jagat srishta jagat patyati yo jagat sobi nidravasham nitah kastvam stodumiheshwaraha.
यया त्वया जगत् सृष्टा जगत् पात्यति यो जगत् सोऽपि निद्रावशं नीतः कस्त्वं स्तोतुमिहेश्वरः. One time or two?
One time, Jayashree. We'll finish this and I want to jump quickly.
Rajesh, one quick question, sorry. Miheshwara abdina Maheshwara illa.
Yes, it's Totum Iheshwaraha. So she says, O Ishwara.
Totum Iheshwara. Oh, okay.
Vishnuhu, put a ish. Vishnush Sharira Grahanam. So put that, break that ma into im Grahanam. Aham Ishana Evacha. Kari Taste Yato Tastvam. Taha, put a is. Kas Stotum Shaktiman Bhavet. He says, you are indeed I tested earlier, like the bodies or the energy between Vishnu, myself, which is Brahma, and Ishana, which is Shiva. So, they are all at the end of the day, they're able to function because of your power. So, Brahma says, if you are already the power behind me, with what power can I praise you? Because you are the power behind me. So, even I cannot even praise you on this, right? So, Vishnu Sharira Grahanam Aham Ishana Evacha. Karitaste yato tastvam kastotum shaktiman bhavet.
विष्णुशरीरग्रहणम् अहम् ईशान एव च कारितास्ते यदोस्तत्त्वं कस्तोदुं शक्तिमान् भवेत्
And
विष्णुशरीरग्रहणम् अहम् ईशान only one time.
do it twice. I think we'll finish. We'll be fine. Yeah, go ahead.
विष्णुशरीरग्रहणम् अहम् ईशान एव च कारितास्ते यदोस्तत्त्वं कस्तोदुं शक्तिमान् भवेत्.
Jyoti, and the second line, second word, yato tastvam.
ஏதோத்தஸ்துவம் அங்க எஸ் வருது இல்லையா அந்த அந்த அஹா இருக்கிறதுனால
yeah.
Okay, I'll do.
विष्णु शरीर ग्रहणम अहमीशान एव च कारिदास्ते यदो तस्त्वाम कस्तोदुम शक्तिमान् भवेत् विष्णु शरीर ग्रहणम अहमीशान एव च कारिदास्ते यदो तस्त्वाम कस्तोदुम शक्तिमान् भवेत्
सा त्वम ittam prabhavaihi. Put is prabhavais swair. So the ru that you have there, it is easy to break that. You break that into ir plus a u. So prabhavais swair udarair devi samstuta mohayaitau duradharsha vasurau. That's, you cannot break that one. Duradharsha vasurau madhu kaitabhau. So he says, even though you are so great, even I can't even praise you because you are the energy behind me. But even though you are so great, you are very generous because I can know you are approachable and you will grant people what they ask for. So please, this invisible demons like Madhu and Kaitabha who are there, please wake up and then destroy those invisible demons. Like I said, that's what is going to come in chapter 1. So please destroy the demons Madhu and Kaitabha. सात्वमित्थं प्रभावैश्वैर उदारै देवी संस्तुता मोहयैतौ दुराधर्षा वसुरौ मधुकैटभौ
सात्वमित्थं प्रभावैश्वैर उदरैर्देवी संस्तुता मोहयैतौ दुरादर्श वसुरौ मधुकैटभौ सात्वमित्थं प्रभावैश्वैर उदरैर्देवी संस्तुता मोहयैतौ दुरादर्श वसुरौ मधुकैटभौ
सात्वमित्तं प्रभावैश्वैर उदारैर्देवी संस्तुता मोहयैदौ दुरादर्शा वसुरौ मधुकैटभौ.
On the first line, Jayashri, the swair is the middle point. Okay, you land at that. Satvamittam prabhavaiswair.
Okay, सात्वमित्तं प्रभावैश्वैर उदारैर्देवी संस्तुता मोहयैदौ दुरादर्शा वसुरौ मधुकैटभौ.
प्रबोधम च जगत् स्वामी नीयताम अच्युतो लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्य hantumetau mahasurav. He says, please, Jagat Swami, the one who is the Swami of the entire world, you please wake this Vishnu up, right? Because Vishnu has to come and get rid of Madhu and Kaitaba, and you are the one who has to wake Krishna up, who is also Achyuta, right? The another name for Vishnu. So that's what is the final prayer he does here. प्रबोधं च जगत्स्वामी नीयतामच्युतो लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्य हन्तुमेतौ महासुरौ.
प्रबोधं च जगत्स्वामी नियतामच्युतौ लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्य हन्तुम् एतौ महासुरौ. प्रबोधं च जगत्स्वामी नियतामच्युतो लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्य हन्तुमेतौ महासुरौ.
प्रबोधं च जगत्स्वामी नीयताम्. प्रबोधं च जगत्स्वामी नीयताम् अच्युतो लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्य हन्तुमेतौ महासुरौ. प्रबोधं च जगत्स्वामी नीयताम् अच्युतो लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्य हन्तुमेतौ महासुरौ.
That completes Ratri Suktham. So perfectly finished it. So next week we're going to do the Navakshari Mahamantram. So I hope you all have the printout. If not, if you look at the PDF, it'll be right after this Ratri Suktham, right? You'll see like a series of things, Dhyana Shlokam and a few other things which will be there, right? So some books may not have it, Matangi. So if you're having a book, it may not have that. that
நான்
Nyasam
printed
and
தான் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கேன் full-ஆ.
okay. Yeah.
Full-ஆ print தான்.
Yeah, because even the Gita Press book doesn't have that. So you have to print this and keep. Okay. So just print a few pages of that and keep, and we'll do that next week.
Rajeshji, ஒரு quick question. Just curious. So in the single bar, double bar, right? It ends with every line ends with single bar and double bar. But then we were actually doing the double bar first line and single bar second line, like that. So
Yeah. But I mean, in the double bar, if you look at the PDF that BPA has, that has a double bar at the place where we were stopping.
lastல ரெண்டு லைனுமே double bar இருக்கு. So that is why we stopped with double bar. But then,
No, bodhascha kriya tamasya hantu metau mahasuro, that's double bar.
yeah, so it ended there, but the before line is also double bar.
No.
Last line ஒரே ஒரு line தான், ரெண்டு line கிடையாது.
Prabodham cha jagat swami niyatam achyuto lagu, that's only a single bar.
இல்ல இதுல double bar போட்டிருக்கு print
Double
out.
bar இருக்கு.
Double bar இருக்கு அதுல.
Oh, in mine it has a single bar. I'll check
எல்லாமே see whatever we chanted now, everything with the double bar was a second line, was a first line instead of second line.
எனக்கு விஷயம் எல்லாமே single bar தான் இருக்கு.
Single and double. It's
I have single and double only. And let me check the first. Yeah, actually, you're right. And the last line, that one, the Prabodhamcha Jagat Swami. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because when we go to the first chapter and look, it's like one line either off. Okay, so the double line is when you're doing the homam, right? At least in the BPA book, the reason they put a double line is every time there's a double line, you do ahuti. Okay, and the number of double lines will add to 700. Okay, so if you go look at the first chapter, and I think this will start in Brahmo Vacha starts at 72 number of the first chapter. Anga paathelnaka, the first line is only one line, and then there is a double bar. So you are right, Meenu, in the sense that Ratri Suktham mattum paatanaka, that one, but if you take the same Ratri Suktham which is coming in the first chapter, the lines are different. Because in the Ratri Suktham, they have taken an even number of lines and they're given 2, 2, 2. But in the first chapter, because it's different. Okay, and that's the Pati general format for the homam is we follow that first chapter thing. You're
Okay,
right.
that's what I thought.
I didn't notice it till you said, but I went there and looked, and that's what it is. So.
But English versionல எல்லாமே 1 and 2 தானே.
1 and 2 தான் இருக்கு. ஆமா,
okay.
correct.
Yeah, I mean, first chapter little bit different. No, you're right. In the Ratri Suktham will say only 1 and 2 perfectly. But if you go to the first chapter, you'll see that the 1 and 2 bars don't align with what is there in Ratri Suktham.
Okay.
இல்ல ராஜேஷ், நாங்க பிரிண்ட் எடுத்து வச்சதுல மீனு ரைட் 2 1 2 1 தான் வருது, 1 2 வரல.
இல்ல வெரி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லைன் ஒரு பார் இருக்கு, அந்த பிரம்மவாச முன்னாடி ரெண்டு லைன்.
Ratri Suktham it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for Ratri Suktham. When we come to the first chapter, we have to absolutely make sure everybody's aligned. Because when you're sitting for Chandi Homam, at the end of the second bar, they'll say Swaha, and then if you don't say it, then you'll continue going to the next line. So it'll become completely off. So there you have to be careful. Some will be one line will have a double bar, some 2 lines will have a double bar, and all of that.
Okay. Thank you, Rajesh.
See you all. Bye.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you.